According to reports, Nigeria's power supply is expected to improve this year, 2025, driven by AFDB's $1 billion investment in renewable energy expansion. Currently, only 45% of Nigeria's population is connected to the energy grid, whilst power supply difficulties are experienced around 85% of the time and almost non-existent in certain regions. Aba Power Limited Electric, APLE, is a special purpose vehicle of the Aba Integrated Power Project for the distribution of electricity to consumers within the ring-fenced Aba metropolis. The company plays a key role in the multi-million US dollar Aba Integrated Power Project Phase 1 being developed by Geometric Power Group. According to the CEO, Blessing Ogbe, the indigenous private power company will continue to prioritize reliable and affordable power supply despite economic challenges. Joining us now on the show for an overview of Nigeria electricity system, challenges, especially on grid failures and solution, is Blessing Ogbe, the Chief Operating Officer of Aba Power, a subsidiary of Geometric Power. Great to have you, sir. I'd like to ask you, what's the market like since you people launched? What's the ecosystem like? Have you given people of Aba Metropolis 24 hours power like the claim is out there? Thirdly, are you making revenue?
Okay, good morning, Rufai, good morning, Ayo, and good morning, Professor Killer.
Hello, Blessing.
I don't know if I'm audible enough. I was having audio issue the first time. Your three questions, you said if we have been able to provide supply to Aba residents, what's the ecosystem like? What's the third question, please? I didn't really
24 hours supply to the Aba residents. Sorry? Are you making revenue? What's the ecosystem like? 24 hours lights to every resident in Aba Metropolis logged on to you. Are you able to give them that?
Yeah, the answer yes. I would take the answer in bits so you, my viewers can actually get clarity to it. Yeah, there is 24/7 supply in Aba. Yes, the plant itself was commissioned February 26th last year by His Excellency, heavily represented by His Excellency the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, represented by the Vice President, Kassim Shettima. And after that, we had some teething issues around gas, which have been clearly resolved. And since December 17th to date, the answer is a clear yes. Do we have 24/7 power supply in Aba? Again, I would say the answer is a yes to some feeders. To about 45% of my feeders, the answer is a clear yes. Then to about 55% of my feeder, we have band B, band C, band E, band B, and the various bands of supply. So while we progress in ensuring that our network covers around the entire Aba ring fence area to see to it that everyone have this uninterrupted power supply, I may be quick to quickly put up in place what we have done. As at the moment, Geometrics have been able to commission new 4 power injection substation, rehabilitate or revamp the existing 3, which are not cost-friendly, to see to that these infrastructures are in place. As I talk to you right now, currently they are line construction ongoing. We have 3 of our turbines amounting to 141 megawatts of a 188 megawatts plant. As of today, 2 of those plants are running fully. The third one is not up because of the load demand. We have the gas to support the third one, but the loads are not there because the network has not gone around. So what we're doing right now is we still have a partnership with NDPHC through a PPA that is actually supporting us with the 25 megawatts. These are backup plans to also ensure uninterrupted power supply. So do we have uninterrupted power supply in Aba? The answer is a yes to about 45% of my feeders, and 55% of my feeders ranges between band B and band E. And that means 16-hour power supply to 12-hour power supply. And statistics show that the power supply has greatly, really improved. Talking about the revenue, yes, the revenue has significantly improved. And they will still have the customers' willingness to pay that we're still dealing with. But we hope that with time they'll come around it, and they do understand, especially as the industries are getting improved on a day-to-day business.
Okay, Mr. Ogbe, so is the revenue meeting your production costs? And when you say 45%, so that means Aba does not have entirely 24-hour power. because it's just 45% of your feeders that get 24/7 power, just 45. And if you go for an exam, and you can score 45 out of 100, it's not a total number. Okay. So let's just clarify that based on empirical facts, only 45% of your feeder out of 100% of the feeder has 24/7 power. But the question I'm asking you now, is the revenue meeting your production cost? Because that's how you are going to stay in business. That's more important to me. And are they paying for it? If they are not paying, what can we tell them to do to pay? A lot of people in Aba are watching now.
Okay, I'll go back to your first question. First and foremost, I want us to take the power business in discourse generally. Where did we meet Aba? We met Aba as of 2022 having 27 megawatts of supply. I wouldn't want to bore you because of time with where we took it from and where we are heading towards. Presently, we are delivering over 95 megawatts of supply to Aba. Aba needs about 100 megawatts, and that we are running. Now, let me quickly bring back this. When we talk about uninterrupted power supply, it is what we are committed to and what we will be willing to deliver at all times. 45% are measured, it's just been realistic. And why are we not having, say, 80%? We have the means. As at present, there are some little teething issues that we are still resolving with other parties. Now, are we meeting our cost? The answer at the moment, it's not truly a yes. We just got our tariff review here recently in January 1st. And for the first time, we're implementing the tariff on the non-MD customer. It's just this month of discourse. And we are still getting reactions. We expect the customers to react when tariff is reviewed. So just yesterday, I had several meetings. Customers are still reacting because of the mindset they had in the past. What is the mindset? They get a bill, they pay whatever they want to pay, and believe they've made their payment. They make part payment and call it payment. And these are entirely not a payment when it comes to the business. So are we meeting our cost right now? The answer is not entirely a yes. But we do believe with the metering program that we are presently deploying, that will be a thing of the past in the shortest possible time. So we are progressive around it, and we are very positive that we would shortly meet our cost and possible have a proper return of investment. So if there is a word for the customer, they should understand that this is no longer a government business, it's an embedded solution, ensuring that they are having uninterrupted power supply so that people can, on their own make payments. Practically, the man who can afford a 1 kVA generator, popularly known as I better pass my neighbor, at the moment, before the arrival of geometrics, was paying their bill. Averagely, with the cost of fuel, say 1,000 naira statistics, we've done 1,000 naira per liter in a day, will give you about 2 hours supply. That in turn will be about 30,000 naira in a month. Now, if for any reason you are having uninterrupted power supply for a minimum of 20 to 24 hours on a daily basis and you are made to pay a bill of 60,000 supposedly, I should think you should take it with joy. But the understanding is not there. People still believe supply, power should be free or almost near free, or whatever I pay should be what should be accepted. And of course, we all know the stories of how it was NEPA, it became PACN, and the various discos, and what has been affecting the majority of the disco is in turn payment, because the willingness to pay is not there, and that's what we are working on.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Ogbe. And I think a number of things here, and perhaps even opportunities for learning for other states who might want to venture into, a lot of states are already hoping to take advantage of the Electricity Act. But I want to ask you, what are the other challenges? I know you've cited gas as one of the challenges of being able to meet your production promises. Now you've talked about perception, people's attitude to hikes in tariff or cost-reflective tariffs. What are the other challenges you've experienced since starting this? Because it's important for people to have a true picture of what it would mean if individual states, toe the line of Abia State, for instance. Beyond these, what are the other challenges that you have experienced in providing electricity as an organization?
One of the cost of doing business is a major challenge. Yeah, we'll talk about foreign exchange. because most of the equipment we are using are actually imported. So that's a major part. We're also looking at the case of vandalism, which you've also known. Vandalism is really on the rise. Vandals are just taking a good day out of the power infrastructure. And then I should also be thinking of lending rates. We should also be able to look at that. And if other states are trying to look at this option, which I think is the way to go, the embedded generating power system, they should look at the closeness to raw materials. Every state can do gas. They should look at the raw materials that is next or closest to them to be able to do that. And that's what I'll take. So these are some of the challenges we are having. Again, foreign exchange, vandalism, and it's a major challenge we have.
How has that affected your business?
Okay, on the distribution side, of course, the willingness to pay, it's one thing, like I just responded to Rufai. In the bid of having uninterrupted power supply, some customers tend to want to shortchange the business. So meter bypass is a key area, and I want to thank NEC for responding so swiftly, very quickly with the reviewed regulations that they've just shared to see to it that people are properly sanctioned. Meter theft, energy theft, meter bypass is quite killing, really killing, and I do think that the government will also be prepared to look at it. I know of one of the states that is presently looking at the regulation to see how they'll have a mobile court to see how people who are caught in the act are tried quickly to see how best. I think most states should also look at some policies in place that will help to reduce the issues of energy theft or unauthorized access to energy. It's also a major, thanks for pointing that out as well, it's also a major challenge on the DISCO side.
Blessing, a couple of things. Number one is, why can't people be allowed to get their own meters in another way rather than go through that straight line? And the other question I want to ask is, you're deploying about 100,000 meters at the moment. Are you considering made in Nigeria ones? Are they all imported? Is there any possibility?
I didn't get that question, please.
The last part of the last part of the question was, you're deploying meters? Are we considering made in Nigeria ones at all? Is that in the horizon, or are we importing everything?
I really wouldn't want to talk deeply on. I know we have assembly plants where meters are assembled in Nigeria presently. So I wouldn't want to talk about how it's been manufactured, but I will tell you one thing for sure, that Nigeria is actually improving in that state. People are beginning to look towards the metering project. So I do think in the shortest possible time, we may be able to manufacture all components as relating to meters. But the meter deployment is actually, go ahead.
It's a tough one. So the only thing I want to ask you is this. We talk about the need to pay for energy, and there's a mindset people don't want to pay for it. There's a flip side to it. Is there a plan for energy producing companies like yourself to reduce the cost? Are there things you can do? Economies of scale, different method of production, any kind of intervention? Because that is another side I'd like us to look at, if possible.
Okay, when we talk about cost-reflective tariff,
yes,
we're actually trying to reflect the actual cost in generating 1 quantum of energy, 1 kilowatt hour of energy. That is exactly what, in turn, using other ingredients, inflation cost, the dollar cost, transmission losses, and other ingredients, that's exactly what formed the tariff. For us, it's a cost-reflective tariff, which means on a monthly basis, the regulators review my tariff. Now, I'll give you a practical example. Supposedly, the exchange rate drops today. Without missing word, the tariff cost will drop. If the cost of gas drops today, because they are all tied to the cost of generating.
yes,
So we are not directly involved in that cost relationship. We are indirectly involved because we have a regulator who also looks at that. So one thing we can also do to drop the cost is if these ingredients that, like I mentioned, are addressed, definitely we would have a reduced cost. Secondly, energy management is key. Now, I'll give you a practical instance about Nigeria. An average man in Nigeria before today, not in Aba anymore, when they are leaving their houses, what would they do? They put up all gadgets to see to it because they don't know when supply would come. They say, whenever the supply comes, let my fridge be working. But in advanced countries, it's not like that. People turn off their gadgets because they are sure when they are back, there will be supply to continue the use, thereby managing energy. So in this this part of our country, people don't manage energy. They just want to use it as much as they see to use it. But with what we are putting in place, energy management strategy can actually help us to reduce your cost. The tariff is, for me, the tariff is something that has been predicted early.
Okay, Mr. Ogbe.
And it's there.
Go ahead. Just finish up the point before I ask you a question. Yeah. Finish up your point, please.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Finish up your point. You were talking about the tariff, The tariff is one of the management areas in the cost. Just finish up the point before I ask you a quick question because we're running out of time.
Okay, I was earlier, I lost my thought. But anyway, I was actually trying to tell you the ingredients that form the tariffs are the things behind, like gas, US dollars, the Nigerian inflation rate, and other things. If these things can be managed, it's fine. But as an individual, without the tariff being adjusted, we can adjust our ways. And in adjusting our ways, your cost of energy would certainly drop.
Okay, Mr. Ogbe.
That's the point I was trying to make.
Mr. Ogbe, one other thing that is funding the tariff is the loans. Is the loans you have collected. Where are we on that? Because I want this business to be successful. I know you did over 500 billion for Diamond Bank as of 2015. You've done another 15 million from Afrexim. You've done a couple of loans. Where are we? Hope the revenue is at least scratching the surface of servicing those loans.
I really wouldn't want to talk deeply on my loans here and how we are working around it. I think the board would have that response at the right time.
Okay,
I don't think I'm permitted to discuss my...
Thank you, Blessing. All the very best.
Thank you.
Blessing, well done. Wishing you all the very best.
Thank you.
I know you're working very hard.
Thank you so very, very much.
All right.